Hi, good morning. My name is Anuj Gupta from Tag Investments. Welcome to the Market Outlook. Market क्या लगता है? नमस्कार, मेरा नाम अनुज गुप्ता है, टैग इन्वेस्टमेंट से आप लोगों का स्वागत करते हैं मॉर्निंग मार्केट आउटलुक में. मार्केट क्या लगता है? We go live every day between 8:45 a.m. to 9 a.m. whenever the market opens, and we talk about Nifty, Bank Nifty levels, currency levels, option setup, global news, local news, company news, and fundamental and technical stock pick of the day. So let us start today's session. We go live on a YouTube channel by the name of Tag Investments. In case somebody is not subscribed to our channel, so please do hit the subscribe button now so that you get a notification whenever we go live. You can click the bell icon. So yesterday we saw Nifty closing at 16,280 in the first half. It was going good in the second half around 2 p.m. The mid cap and the small caps, and even at the Nifty levels, we saw a small dip. In the mid cap and small cap, there was a heavy profit booking happening, and mid cap and small cap indexes closed negative, whereas Nifty marginally closed positive. We saw that the dips are being bought, so which is a positive sign, and overall setup looks positive. So the resistance is at 16,400 and 16,500, while the key level to watch out would be 16,250. If it manages to hold above that, can we see a further upside move? On the support side, 16,150 and 16,000 look likely. On the bank Nifty, the good part is it closed at 36,034, managed to close above 36,000 level. That's the psychological level. So the key level again today would be 36,000 for a further upside to 36,250 and 36,500, which is the resistance level. On the support, 35,800 and 35,500 are the likely support levels. On the option trade setup, we saw the PCR ratio almost being neutral around 1.3, volatility index again not declining or rising very high. So, which is positive, and you can say there's not much pressure on the sell side or the buy side. So we suggest to go with a Nifty weekly 16,250 call till it holds above 16,200 zone. On the option strategy, one can go with a Nifty weekly bull call ladder spread by buying 16,250 call and selling 16,300 call and selling 16,400 call at a net cost of around 10 to 12 points. On the option writing, one can go with a Nifty weekly 16,050 put and 16,450 call with a net inflow of around 14 to 15 points with a double stop loss of 35 points. The technical pick of the day is HCL Tech, and we see a further upside for a target of 1120 with a stop loss of 1030, and the previous close is 1063. Other banking counters like Axis Bank looks good, and IT counters like TCS Tech Mahindra also looks good, and one can take position in that. On the currency front, USD INR in the Indian markets, it hinged higher to 74.55. In the overnight market, it closed at 74.5. USD INR is likely to trade with a sideways to higher bias between intraday support at 74.45 to 74.4 zone and resistance 74.65 mark. Higher resistance is at 74.85, while lower support is at 74.25. The global news, US markets ended 0.2 to 0.5% higher after the Senate passed a $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package. However, gains remained modest as investors continued to assess the impact of rising COVID-19 cases and central bank asset tapering on the global economy. Currently, Dow future is trading flat. European indices yesterday climbed to the 7th straight record high, ended 0.1 to 0.4% higher as earnings optimism offset concerns about stimulus tapering. Today, most of the Asian indices are trading 0.3% higher, so the global cues are positive. Nifty yesterday opened positive, but yet again failed to sustain its momentum and gave up gains in the second half before finally ending the session in marginal green at 16,280 with gains of 22 points, that is 0.1% higher. FIIs were net sellers and DIIs were net buyers to the tune of minus 179 crores and plus 689 crores respectively. Currently, HDX Nifty is trading 35 points higher, that is 0.2% high. So we should open on a flat to positive note. On the news and impact front, China's monthly output of aluminum is likely to fall as smelters cut production. Commissioning of new capacity slows down due to the power curtailment. Aluminum prices may stay high due to lower supply and rising production costs of raw materials. So this is positive for Hindalco, and that's the first actionable idea for today. Second news is that sugar prices surges to fresh 4-year high. Sugar futures on ICE skyrocketed to above $19 per pound for the first time since March 2017, as the 2021-22 deficit is seen rising on the back of prolonged dry weather and recent frosts in top producer Brazil. Brazil was already expected to harvest a sugarcane crop around 10% smaller this year. due to the worst drought in 90 years. But recent frost could make things worse. So this is positive for Balrampur Chini. The second actionable fundamental idea for today is Bharti Airtel for a target price of 720 and the current market price is 622. As per media reports, government may consider setting up a floor price to maintain the health of the telecom industry. Bharti aims to collaborate with domestic as well as global companies to make India a hub for 5G technology development. We expect an FY 21-23 estimate console EBITDA CAGR of 18% on the back of 7% EBITDA CAGR in mobile India. We believe strong earnings growth is achievable even without a tariff hike. So we are positive for Bharti Airtel, and one can consider this as a long-term bet as well for next 1 to 2 years. The top research ideas for a time frame of more than 1 year are SAIL, NOSIL, HDFC Bank, Davis Laboratories, Bharti Airtel for an upside between 16 to 38%. So thank you so much for the watch. There are 4 IPOs which are currently running, which one can consider for subscription, but be very careful about the valuations. And we feel out of the 4, car trade is one which can be bought, and then Aptus Housing, that is also a good IPO which can be bought. But be careful that as we've seen the last few IPOs, that there is a 50%, 100% gains that may not sustain. So we can look for an upside between 10 to 20, 25% in the upcoming IPOs. So, and at the same time, we've seen few IPOs opening at a lower rate than its you can say cutoff price. So be wary of that risk as well as